name's Nikki Hearts. I'm 25 and I'm originally from Ohio. I guess technically the first time I ever modeled, I was 18. I was very shy. I had, like, my whole life growing up, I was, like, one of those people where, like, just taking, like, a family photo made me super uncomfortable, like, hated being in front of the camera. But I got a weird burst of confidence, I guess, when I turned, like, 19 or so, and just kind of threw myself into being in front of the camera. And at first I was really bad at it and very awkward, and it took some time to, like, loosen me up, and now it's second nature. I grew up in, like, the food industry, I guess. My parents owned a restaurant, so I thought that I would end up being a chef. I worked in restaurants my entire teen years. First job outside of food that I got was actually like a sex shop, like a toy store. I actually lived in like a feminist punk house with like 12 other people, and we had queer porn screenings there, where we would invite everyone over and screen porn on the side of the house, and kind of like a projector thing. I found queer porn that way, and decided that I needed to do that. Nowadays, queer culture is a little more mainstream than it was then. I mean, this was all like 7 or 8 years ago. Then it was definitely like, you say queer out and about, and people not involved and not understanding would kind of laugh like, oh, queer, like, oh, I haven't heard that word in a while. And now it's mainstream media is, I mean, everybody pretty much knows the term, luckily. As far as the inner workings of the queer kind of feminist punk world, I've kind of lost touch with that because I'm so much more in the mainstream world now, and I know that queer porn has just kind of gotten more accepted on the mainstream side over the years because of certain performers, I think, who were able to do both. And when I first started, there wasn't really anyone that did both. It was like those few, like, original people like Jizzly and Corny Trouble pushing to get noticed by the mainstream side of the industry. I think that they've succeeded at that. The actual work of modeling, not a lot. There's a lot surrounding it, I guess, that I don't like. Of course, the putting people in a box thing I hate. You know, I direct too, so I have to cast people myself, and it's weird because before I did that I didn't understand how people go about their casting exactly, and now I guess I realize how many stupid little things go into choosing the person that you choose, and sometimes it's just kind of default or who's available, but on a bigger picture, it's very frustrating as somebody who's like very tattooed that I am apparently only seen as this one role, which is always like the very aggressor, tough, whatever. You can only play dyke lesbian who is rough with girls, and that is not really me at all. And I've just constantly been pegged as that. For sure. Yeah, that's the thing that has been interesting, especially this year. My family is very confused by how that's possible. I've been focusing a lot this year on trying to show people how empowering modeling can be, and especially doing nude modeling and porn and whatnot. I only do things that I want to do. I've gone through phases that I was, struggling financially and made the mistake of trying to do things that I didn't really want to do, but I was like, oh, I'm broke. That really doesn't work for me. That is not what I'm here to do. I'm here to do things that I want to do and show people things that I enjoy and things that I support. Super into music. I'm in a band. My favorite band of all time is Motley Crue, but I don't really like a whole lot of other stuff from that genre. I'm all over the place. I really love a lot of like 80s and 90s like goth and like death rock and stuff like that. Super into like Christian death lately has been my thing, which is like really random. I play in a band. I play bass. My band is me and Small Hands. He's a male performer. He's one of my best friends. And then Xander Corvus, who's also a pretty well-known male performer. I take photos. My wife is a model, so I take a lot of photos of her. I am currently house shopping. I'm trying to find a house in the valley and get out of the apartment life. I have a Sphinx cat, and I plan to get more of those. And my wife and I hope to be able to fully support ourselves with making our own content, whether we're in it or not. Just being able to take full creative control and make money that way.